Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everybody. This is Mornings with Michael for information and education purposes only. We're sharing the screen. Got a little change going on in the positive direction finally. We'll take a look at the reasons why. And most of the big cap techs are up and energy is down. Financials are a mixed bag. Healthcare, same thing. So that's kind of a look at the S&P 500 heat map. And let me just go to share another screen. This is talking about annuities. Why avoid a 401k wipeout? Receive guaranteed protection and growth. And this is why we keep kind of showing our map or chart. We bring that chart up again that we keep showing. So annuities are offering 40 to 45% bonuses right now with yields just jumping. As you can see, once your benchmark for your annuity goes up, it does not come down, whereas the indexes do. Goes up again, does not come down. And the growth beats the index averages by about 5%. So there you have it. You sleep well at night knowing that your retirement is taken care of, and you can go on work on other things. So that's that. And let's go find out why stock market might be recovering today. We'll go over to the jobs report. Jobs report showed cooling. The 209,000 jobs reported for June's job growth was revised down to 185,000 jobs. And then they were expecting 200,000 new jobs in August and only actually in July, and they only received 187,000. So it looks like things are cooling somewhat. So we'll just have to wait and see for the next jobs report, but that is why we got the reaction that we got today. So without further ado, let's take a look at the yield. The yield did pull back somewhat. It couldn't go as high as yesterday. So it's at 4.75. Let's look at 20-year. That's pulling back as well. That's at 4.16. And let's look at the zero VIX. I would think that would have fallen as well. It did go over 20. So AJ Monte, you hit it again. And then it pulled back here. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. It did take out the breakout low. So we'll see if this is the first day of a rally or if this is just a dead cat bounce. Here is the equal weighted. It's not looking as good on the equal weighted S&P 500 stocks. The NASDAQ bouncing about points, a little over 0.75%. The small caps, they're actually down almost 0.5%. Dow Jones down as well. So let's take a look at the news. So in consumer, Cal-Maine, Q1 EPS 2 cents versus estimate of 33 cents, and it's off 6.5%. Cal-Maine sells eggs, specialty eggs, and I believe they sell to some of the fast food joints. Helen of Troy, Q2 EPS $1.74 versus estimate of $1.64, and still that wasn't good enough as a gap down almost 8.5%. They reiterate their full year outlook for the fiscal year. Now estimates lower total one-time pre-tax restructuring charges for Project Pegasus for 60 million to 65 million over the duration of the plan. European Commission's investigation into Chinese subsidies for battery electric car makers in the country will last no longer than 13 months, said the document. On to energy, industrials, and materials. Heavy-duty trucker data. Cummins is popping almost 0.75% today. And PACCAR, that's a nice move. Got the blue dot, new high on the relative strength line. Class 8 truck on North American orders rose 5.1% month over month in September to 31,100 according to FTR preliminary data, the highest in 10 months. So let's go to Acuity Brands. Q4 adjusted EPS 397 versus estimate of 368. And the street loves that. Q4 revs 1.01 billion versus estimate of 1.02 billion. I guess it's setting your expectations, and if you beat those preset expectations, then your stock will go up. It's up almost 6.5%, 300% increase in volume. On to LyondellBasell, upgraded to buy from neutral at Citicorp. And their stock is trending down almost 1%. RPM International, Q1 EPS, $1.64 versus $1.55. And the street likes that. That's up over 5%. Trinity Industrials announced that the company delivered 4,325 new rail cars in Q3. Deliveries were 685 units below the company's Q3 projection due to closing of the U.S.-Mexico border by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And their stock is down about 9.5%. On to financials, Market Access announces Q3 stats, total credit average daily volume, 11.2 billion, up 1.7%. and the street liked that. It's up about 3.5%. On healthcare, Natera announced that the U.S. Supreme Court denied CareDx's cDNA petition for Citorian concerning patent infringement lawsuit brought by CareDx against Natera. And still their stock is trending down. So cDNA is down over about 3.24%. Regenix Bio announced additional interim safety data and initial efficacy data for phase 1 to 2 affinity Duchenne trial of RGX-202 for the treatment of Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and didn't move anything, down 5.36%. And finally, on to technology, media, and telecom. Apple downgraded to SW from overweight at KeyBank based on valuation, as Apple is trading at all-time high multiples and large premium to the NASDAQ versus history. U.S. sales are likely to struggle based on KeyBank's KFLD, its view of U.S. upgrade rates, and initial U.S. iPhone promotions, U.S. carriers being restrictive. International growth expectations for a reacceleration may be aggressive in its view, and estimates appear full from top to bottom line perspectives. With all that, Apple is up slightly. And Intel, stock is pretty flat. Announces intent to operate Programmable Solutions Group as standalone business under leadership of Sandra Rivera. Positions PSG to compete FPGA market more effectively. So that's our company news. I'm going to check one other thing here. While we're checking that, we're just going to pause our recording. So let's go back to our chart. Tesla is bouncing. It could be a potentially a probing buy on an aggressive matter. Let's just take a look at it. It's up above all of its major moving averages. Looks like the volume is pretty well. So, and take a look at LAC. For some reason, it didn't like my use of that ticker symbol. Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't like that. We'll have to come back to it. It's at 11 1911.20, up 15% today. Lithium Americas. Let's take a look at Meta. It's kind of trending today as well. Up ever so slightly. It's still kind of in that channel pattern. So let's see what's moving on the markets with high financial professionals' interest. PACCAR is number one. I may have spelled it wrong, which I did. Here we go. It's moving up out of a consolidation. As we can see here, volume is up. So it's up 2.5% today. Floor was up earlier and now is selling off. Still up 1.36%. Vulcan Materials is up, produces construction aggregates and concrete for construction. Not sure if that's a dead cat bounce or not. Alcon, Switzerland company. This is another one that appears to be a dead cat bounce right here. TAP. Molson Coors. Got really excited at that move right now. And finally, Summit. Looks a little better, but there is a lot of red volume sticks down there still. And I was going to look at our education. Oh, yes. On our education note, wanted to look at the companies that tend to trend towards the end of the year. Start out with Broadcom. Their average year-end move is 20.2%. Let's see if we can bring up example. 2022. This is the first kind of move. Just jump to the weekly. So it did make a pretty nice move up here on a weekly basis. Our next one is LCRX. Last year, this one did make a little bit of a move, held tight for a while, and then started to sell off. See if it did come back in January. So that one kind of holds true. KLA So it looks like KLA is another one that's trended up. It's averaged 17.3%. Lam Research averaged 20%. Cigna in healthcare, 16.6. See this big move up here last year. AbbVie had already run up here and then consolidated and then tried to recover. So it did get a nice move again last year. Mettler Toledo averages 16% annual. And this is what it did last year. So yes, that also rang through. Elevance Health, 15.7 return. Didn't really work out last year, it looks like. Eli Lilly, they had run up here, reached a kind of a top and then pulled back. But if you take a look at that, was around 340. And where did they go? Now they're at 529. So that was a huge move after the end of the year of 2022. Look at microchip. Once again, these guys picked up through the end of the year. And then I believe they ran into a little trouble here. And let's see, APH came in about 10%. As you can see, they started in October 7th, trended up, and then they basically traded flat for the rest of the year. CBRE, here's last year, they did trend up, and I would have taken my profits in order to avoid this. So that's the case there. And then Bank of New York Mellon, 11.5%. Once again, last year, starting in October 21st, they did complete success for the year-end trade. And then finally, PPG Industries, Chemicals and Paints. Maybe this is Pittsburgh Paints. See what their trend is, averaged 11.7%. And if you start over here on 10.7 where we looked at everybody else, it did go up some and then traded in the channel afterwards. So that's our report for today. This has been Mornings with Michael for information and educational purposes only. Hope you have a great day, and hopefully we can get this bond yields to come down so we can get the stocks moving in a positive direction. One day does not make a trend, so we'll check back tomorrow, see where we're at, and we'll keep you all informed. Thanks, and everybody keep going out there, keep working on your goals and your activities. If we can help you at anything with your financial goals, please let us know. In the meantime, have a great day.